Checking back in with Bubba O'Neill, there was a big wrestling tournament that our team goes to every year, the Tiger Grizz Invitational, and they ended up finishing 6th. Several wrestlers getting into placements, and then one even making the finals. What was your takeaways from that?
I looked at it, and I try to keep up with our wrestlers. You'll have to ask Coach Wagstaff about this, but I would say one of our finest finishes in that particular tournament. It's one of the top tournaments in the West. To have kids make the finals, and many of them make the quarterfinals and semifinals, that's pretty darn good, and we had several that did that. I think as I look at the results, I would say Coach Wag would probably be fairly pleased. He's never really pleased, but I think he'd be fairly pleased with the way his kids wrestled.
Yeah, I was talking to him a couple weeks ago about something, and he had some wrestlers do really well, and then he said, well, we had some ones also do well, but they still lost one match. They only lost one, but they still lost one, so yeah, he's got high expectations. The girls go into Casper this week in the basketball, 2-0 in the conference after one good win to start off over Green River, and then a great win against Rock Springs where they had to close out in the fourth quarter. Did you get to watch any of those games?
Yeah, I watched them online with you, and I like to go travel over there and watch them play. It just isn't working out right now with the schedule that we have, but to get a chance to watch those guys on film, and Coach Fessler's doing a great job. We've talked about this all year long. They were eventually going to start picking up some wins against tougher teams because he was working on the fundamental side of it, the team fundamentals, and you're seeing that right now. He's executing offensively very well. They're executing defensively very well. He's getting some production out of kids that started a little bit slower, and now they're coming on. And there's some young kids that are going to get a lot better as time goes on, just with time on the floor. So my hat's off to Coach Fessler and his staff and his team. They're really coming a long way. And I look to see them give Natrona, who's traditionally fairly tough, a pretty good go this weekend. And then they have Kelly Walsh the next day. And that will be the true test for his team, being able to play 2 days in a row on the road in Casper. What can you do? And I think that will be the growth test for his program.
You have freshman basketball in Evanston this week as you're playing the Jackson teams, and that's kind of just you're trying to get them fit in where you can. Is that something when you go next week to Jackson, your freshman, sophomore, JV, and varsity will all be playing, but you can't do that with the gym space you have here, so you're getting it in now? Yeah,
Jackson has a little bit different situation than we do with gym space, and so they're able to play freshman, sophomore, JV, varsity. I do believe that they forgot they were in 4A when we started scheduling, when they decided to schedule freshmen on the same day as varsity. It makes for a long day and not a great opportunity for our coaches to watch their kids play, and it makes it a little bit challenging. We cannot do that in Evanston. We just don't have the facilities to be able to do that, the travel time between games and that type of thing. And we also want to have a chance to watch our kids play at home. And so this Friday we'll play Jackson freshmen at Evanston High School at 3:30 and 5, and it ought to be fun to watch. Don't know a lot about Jackson. I know at the varsity level they're struggling a little bit, but I have heard that their lower level kids are solid. So it'll be fun to watch those kids in Evanston.
The final winter sport to get started up just did with indoor track, and you have a new coach, Roy Barker, coming back as the head track coach now, so he gets his first test into that with the indoor season. What do you know about what's going on with that sport?
I think he has pretty good numbers. We have over 40 kids in the program right now, good numbers of young throwers. We have some kids coming out of the valley that are running with us and vaulting with us right now. So I think so far it's been very good. It's challenging finding events because we're the only state that has indoor track as a sanctioned event. I'm not sure why we do, but we do have it as a sanctioned event, and it's an opportunity for our kids to go and compete, but they will not be participating in a high school sanctioned event until they get to the end of the year. So, like I said, it's a challenge for Coach. It's a challenge for our kids. They're doing the best they can, trying to find meets around. And mostly they're running against clubs. So you don't have team results. It's really individual results. And I think a lot of our kids are using the indoor season to improve either for soccer or improve for outdoor track season. So yeah, it is an interesting situation. But Coach is doing a great job with it, and the kids are doing a great job with it.
Anything else to add?
No, I think that's good. It'll be fun to see how our boys basketball team does up in Casper as well. Kelly Walsh, the number 1 ranked team in the state. Natrona, who's struggling, which they don't generally struggle, but I think they have 1 or 2 wins on the season, and one of those wins is against Star Valley. Or no, I'm sorry. They have 1 win on the season. The only win that they have is against Cheyenne Central at the McDonald's Classic or Taco John's Classic or whatever classic it is over there in Cheyenne. So it'll be good to see those guys and to see how we match up with those Casper schools.
That's Bubba O'Neill. Thank you very much.
Thank you.